On Facebook, it's not YouTube. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon, Stephen. It's been a test couple of minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got 50 seconds before we go live for real. So today's show is all about live video reviews. We don't just look at the videos though, we look behind the scenes. We look at Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and websites if we can find them. That's the other thing, finding things. Because people don't often leave a trail of where they are, do they?
They don't. That's very true. And actually, funny you should say Twitter, because I've just set up a new website, nickwood-online.com, and I've now started to another Twitter account, and so I'm going through the process of finding followers that I want to follow me back. So I'm looking for ones in certain niches. So it's quite good though, because in the space of 3 days, I think I've got 70 followers now. So
it's good. Yeah,
it's quite cool. Yeah. You can follow 30 at a time still, by the looks of
it. Yep. New adventure. Right. Okay. So we do look at the whole picture, and the first picture is one that's Nick has chosen. So Nick, it's over to you.
Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen with you. Let's go share. Okay, it's going to be tabs. Ta-da! Hopefully you can see all right. So put that. Okay, Stephen, can you?
Okay, so I'm going to hide myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to hide that picture. I'm going to hide me.
Yeah, or the other way around. That's the best one. I was just trying to do that. Just sharing my screen in total. Anyway, today's one I wanted to talk about is Miguel Moncada, and this is, now you have to forgive me because this is, I believe, in Spanish. So my Spanish is frankly terrible. So this is his Facebook page, and this was the video that he was doing a live stream of. So I'll quickly just let it play a touch.
Hola, chicos. Gente que quieren su dinero. En cambio, cuando tú comienzas a trabajar.
So for our Spanish watchers, Spanish, and basically this is a big long presentation. I will switch them off actually. A big long presentation all about how to make, I believe, how to make money from buildings and investments and that sort of thing. Then the things that I really liked about it were, you can't really knock a man with 50,000 followers on his public page. He's been around a while, and we can see here that he had 563 comments, 173 shares. I'm not quite sure how many views he had when he was doing that one, but also it allows us to actually have a look at his web page, and from there we'll jump over to his YouTube channel as well. So as you can see, his business, it's all about construction and making money with properties and buildings, and it's all consistent, and he's posting regularly, pretty much daily. So there you go. So that's how he's running his Facebook page. Nothing else in there. I was going to look for, normally on a Facebook page you can see how long he's been running, but so if you look on his services, see, I should really learn Spanish. However, there you go. So that's his Facebook page. So he's getting a lot of views there. And now if we go over to his website, so I'm going to have to stop that one, Stephen, sorry, and then do myself again, because I can't just share me. Oh, no, I can. Hold on. This might work, Stephen. If you can put it around the other way. No, it's just blue. That's annoying.
Is that the wrong one?
No, it's just a blue. I was hoping it would actually show. It would actually show my. infinite, but that's all right. I'll put it onto this one.
Okay.
And hopefully we can.
All right. Okay. I'm going to hide again.
Instead. Okay. See, now I'm just seeing a blue screen, but hopefully you're seeing his website. So again, it's in Spanish. Let's bring right away back up the top. And yeah, it's color matches his same stuff on Facebook, which you want. He's got some great people that he's worked with. When I opened it earlier on, of course, I asked Google to translate it from Spanish to English. So, but obviously it's not going to do that today, so that's life. But we can instantly see here, and this is what we like to see, he's got YouTube videos embedded in his website. So this is something that Stephen's often talked about in your blogs. If you embed your YouTube videos into your blogs, then you can get more views. It's good for link building and actually get them ranked better as well. So he's got plenty of those. And then so we go down, and it's basically just a one-page website. Just keeps talking all about what he does. So he's a teacher as well. So no idea what they say, but anyway, it's yeah, it was coaching, teaching, and something else. So there you go. That's what he does, all those things. And he's got some great little videos that are linked in. So what we want to do then is go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see he's got his, as we say, he's not got Twitter there, but he does have Instagram and YouTube. So let's kind of have a little look at his YouTube account. Sorry, Stephen, this means we have to flip around. And share that again. That's the fella. Okay, so here's his YouTube account. Now, interestingly, despite he's got 50,000 followers on Facebook, he's only got 594 subscribers on YouTube. So it's where he has his videos as well, and he's getting good views, daily views, up in the nearly at the hundreds there. So he's getting views. And let's have a look at his videos. So yeah, so if we have a look at his videos, and so he's only getting 95 views, 39 views, 73 views. So I'm just a little bit wondering why he's not getting so many views. So let's just pick that one, and I won't play it. So we can see this one was back in November 2020, 2nd of November. So he's got some little links in his description, not a massive description, but because we've got TubeBuddy here, it instantly tells us that his SEO score is 25. So it's saying, yeah, he's got tags. So he's got his tags here, which is good. And we can see if he's ranking for any. See, so it doesn't look like he's ranking for any of those tags. He probably just needs to up his SEO. So yeah, so it's flagging that the tags in the title and description, none, tags in title, none, tags in none, tags in the total tag characters, 20, that's good. Title words in description, 5 out of 20. So there's some things that you could do here. Info cards, end screens, pinned comments, chapters added. That's something I was doing the other day, adding chapters on your longer YouTube videos. So those are the things that that Miguel could probably do that might boost his views to actually get people to see it. So yeah, a little bit of optimization on his channel, but his channel looks good. It's great banner, great picture of him, very professional. Really like it. So just very quickly then, we'll just see one more time. We'll have a quick look at his Instagram account. Fantastic. Okay, so again, yeah, so it's not, yeah, so compared to his Facebook, he hasn't got the followers that he would have. But again, these there's nothing too shabby about these. They're all on message. If it's not him as a professional, it's him doing something pretty cool. So they look okay. But again, not getting much traction, not getting much engagement, unfortunately. So very little on the comments, a couple of little hearts. So it might be worth just promoting this a touch as well. Oh, that got a comment. That was a little bit better. But yeah, so it actually looks like it's getting a little bit more, because it's getting more hearts. It looks like it's getting a little bit more engagement than previously, some of the older ones. So yeah, so just keep going with that nicely, because yeah, you've only got one place you can stick your you can stick a link to on Instagram. So he's got his website there, and I just wondered, actually, that might be a different website than the one on his business. No, that is his business website. Just double checked. So yeah, so I think yeah, little things that Miguel could do. I did send him a message today saying that we were going to have a little review of his Facebook page, his YouTube channel, and his Instagram. So so yeah, I would say you know, overall, obviously your Facebook page is brilliant, but maybe a little bit of work on your YouTube channel, and again, just that SEO, just doing a little bit of research, because I'm sure it wouldn't take long to find a couple of really good, very similar gurus in his same industry that you can actually look at, and then actually create very similar videos to tag them and title them in a way and give more value than the gurus, and you're probably going to be get more chance to actually be found in a YouTube recommendation. So yeah, look at what other people are doing that are getting seen, and do the same but better, or you know, add something that is unique to you, and then just, you know, write the description, tag it up, have all the end cards, you know, keep people on end cards, put it in playlists to other videos of yours, and I would say for him, particularly for you, Miguel, I would say you also want links to your offer as well, because it's not just about being famous on YouTube. You actually want people to come and buy your offer, so I'd put links in there as well. But no, I think not a bad one. And I thought, because it was such a big live, you know, another Be Live video that was actually live streamed on Facebook, but then can be put into YouTube, and then you could also cut it up, have it a little bit of snippets in IGTV as well. So yeah, I think not bad, and great use of video, because it was a great, I know it was in Spanish, but it was a good chunky piece of training, which again, you know, is great stuff to put on. So there you go, value, lead with value. So that's Miguel for you, Stephen.
It did, and as you say, he's got a very strong Facebook presence. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, good. Right. Okay. Because I was prattling away earlier, and I think because I was down in the well, I wasn't on screen. Yeah, I think he's certainly. I mean, Facebook, he's got mapped out. He said hundreds of comments and views, and he's got the mix right there. The secondary thing is on YouTube, as you said, SEO is king, because if you don't put the search words in, YouTube can't recommend you.
No.
And on YouTube, I gather, I get the feeling that most of the people who are on YouTube are actually there with recorded video. And for that reason alone, if you've got your catalog on there and you've got it SEO'd correctly, with all the tags in, then you're more likely to be found. Yeah,
absolutely. And we were saying once earlier, Stephen, it was, you were saying that also that, you know, when you live stream into Facebook and into YouTube, and you're scheduling that YouTube video, that live stream, you can tag it and descript it and do the SEO with it before it actually goes live.
True. And you can also do it anytime afterwards as well. But the thing is to keep on top of it. And the more videos you actually have the tags on. The other thing you made, which is legit, is that when people come and see a video, they don't necessarily know anything about you. They've been drawn in by the topics that you've chosen in the SEO. So I'm remiss on this. I'm going to put my hand up and say I don't do this, but I should. On every video description, we've got 5,000 characters. So there's no lack of space on a video. You can put in there all the links that you want, and YouTube won't complain. So if you want to put a link into your website or your Facebook page or a particular video or a special offer, as Nick said, then you can do it. And you do it in every video, because people are not coming to watch your channel, they're coming to watch a video. And if more that video says about you, then the more chance you stand of actually them watching other videos. And in that context, if you're using playlists on YouTube as well, that can help, because people will be pointed to more of your videos whilst they're watching one of them. And the other thing that you can actually do, as you mentioned, is chapters. Now, within a playlist, there's a list of videos on your YouTube site, a categorized list. But what is a chapter, Nick?
Oh, these are little timestamps. So you can go to the different areas. And one of the things that I have to do on my channel now is I've got a lot of interviews which last 40 minutes to some of them up to an hour with different people. And so I'm now chaptering them into the questions that I'm asking. So, asking about what are you doing now, what it's like to work with you, things like that. Then that can be a chapter, and it just timestamps it. So you can just click on that in the description box, and that then takes you to that element of the video.
Good. I mean, so why of directing people to the bits you want them to watch?
Yeah.
Because if people start a video and they watch the intro, then that's not the meat of the video itself, is it? The meat lies within the questions. So yeah, that's a great way of actually directing people to content you want them to see. And it can save time as well, because if people are looking for a particular answer and you ask the question, then they can go straight there. They can skip the intro, which in some cases is not a bad idea when it's all waffle.
I believe, Stephen, you might know this for certain. I believe if someone clicks on where you have your chapters listed in your description box, and so you just click on the link to where you want to go in the chapter, where you want to go into the YouTube video, I believe that would then, so if you've got one of your best questions right at the end that people might want to watch, I believe if you click that bit on the chapter, the whole video watch time would actually would be included up to that chapter. I can't guarantee that, but I believe that might be the case.
Good. That'd be good. So leave your best question till last. Make sure that you highlight it, and people will skip along to that point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll have to double check that though. I'm sure I read it somewhere yesterday.
Right. Now, I was speaking to Nick before the broadcast today, and I was quite honest and said I went for an eye examination this morning and I can't see a thing. However, that's not going to stop our show. I do have somebody I want to highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to here and click a link and open it in a new tab. And then I'm going to share the screen. So let's go for share the screen. And that's there. And bring up the screen. If this doesn't work, then we'll hold this over till next week, but we're going to give it a try. So I've shared the screen. I'm going to bring it up onto screen. I'm going to turn Nick's camera off. And I'm going to put self picture in picture. And that way around. This is... I'm going to call him Tranquility Hack because I can't actually read what his name is. But basically, this is the YouTube site, and I'm going to subscribe to it live. Yes, I do. All right, I'll go. That's what happened, Nick. YouTube signed me out. That's why we went live earlier.
Ah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll subscribe to his channel later. But these are videos which have been done on Be Live, and I think they've been simulcast. So I'm going to click the link, and okay, so there we are at the start of the video, and he's using XSplit VCAM, as you can see, and I've been asked to sign in. I'm going to say no thanks for the moment. And this is basically, this is a reasonably good channel that he's got going. But again, if we go down to show more, there isn't much being said about anything at all. So if you found this video, then you wouldn't, unless you actually spoke the language, you wouldn't be able to find out what it was about, which is a shame, really. Okay, so I'm going to go for one more link because we do want the show to go on. And I'm going to go over to the Facebook account, and I'm going to copy the link, opens in a new tab, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that, and you'll be, when I stop sharing, you'll be back to me. Right, so it's just me on screen. And sorry?
True to your word. Yeah, back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna screen share again, and this time I'm going to screen share a different Chrome tab, hopefully. Well, it could be the same Chrome tab actually, but never mind. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up on screen and go picture in picture again. And this is the YouTube account again. That worked well, didn't it? Just a second. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. Okay.
I think you're doing a sterling job, Stephen, considering your eyesight.
Yes, it just shows how much we take for granted, really. Okay, so this is the Facebook page, and I just want to play a little bit. I'm going to switch both our microphones off and just play a little bit because I'm interested in this countdown clock.
Now that's clever.
That is devilishly clever. If I switch your camera back on. Okay, I think that is the countdown clock to beat all countdown clocks.
That is. I tell you what, though, I reckon I love it. I always like to put myself up for a challenge. I think I can do one in. I think I could do one like that in Keynote.
Right.
Having mucked around with Keynote for the last couple of years, and then also taking some inspiration from Bradley. I can't remember his surname. Bradley Teaches.
Vincent.
Vincent. Yeah. I reckon that's possible in Keynote. See, so here's my promise to you, Stephen. I'll have a countdown for us next week like that.
Brilliant.
Or it would be a really rubbish one.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I just like it. It's just different. It's different. There's some thought gone into it, and I do look forward to seeing our version next week.
Give it a crack. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Now, I'll just hide that for the moment because we can't do it full justice, or I can't do it full justice. We may bring that account back. Now, what we're looking for is basically people who are willing to, well, unwittingly or volunteeringly let us know about what they're doing. Now, if you post in the Belivers group, Nick and I will see it and we'll go off and we'll discover. And from your Facebook account, we can find your YouTube account. From your YouTube account, we can find your Twitter account and then your web page. So we are being detectives here. We're tracking down the 4 things that are necessary that we feel for a good representation on social media, because they all interlink. We saw in the one that you showed where the YouTube videos were embedded into the website, which means anybody visiting the website doesn't know where the videos are, but we do. We'll be actually be increasing the views on YouTube. So it's when people do integrate everything. But I think the one thing that's missing from both today's, we mentioned it earlier, is the Twitter account.
Yeah.
Because Twitter is the best way to actually get the message out. I know I've said it before, but if I send out a tweet to one of my blogs or to one of my videos, then I get a reaction and I get people coming to watch the video or read the blog, and it just simply works. It's the best and easiest way of promotion that we have in our armory. Is to send out a tweet with a link in it. Takes literally less than 2 minutes. And I think the important thing about a tweet is you've got to have an image in there. So you either have an image of from the video, or an image from the blog, or just, I mean, I put tweets out in the past week with backgrounds from the videos. So when people actually see, they're drawn in by the shapes that form my background, and when they go and watch the video or read the blog, the shapes are still there. So there's a connection.
Yeah, I know, and also, you know, when you think back, it was only a couple of years ago, not even that probably, that you used to just have a little tick box in YouTube, which would then share your video straight away to Twitter and to Google Plus. We know why Google Plus has gone, but yeah, we used to just be able to tick the box for Twitter and happy days, you know.
And just link everything together. I mean, it's difficult. We all say to ourselves, okay, I'm going to be present on all 4 platforms, but it's not easy because it takes discipline. It takes well, you've got to have a schedule, haven't you, of what you do and when you do it, and make sure you stick to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be really time consuming. So obviously, I'm, you know, and I'm the world's worst at this. But yeah, I start doing it, and then I'll be doing some research into some of the SEO for YouTube, and I'll go off on a tangent because I've then thought of several different things. And actually, no, you want that discipline to actually go in, just write a decent description. One of the things I've done quite regularly is actually go and download the SRT file. So go and get a transcription of your video. So actually you can use part of what you've been talking about in that description, particularly the bits which are relevant to the title. So that helps pad out some of that description, and it just gives you some more keywords and phrases that are natural because you've been talking them. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing. On YouTube, you said earlier that you need to have SEO and you need to do the tags, but they have to be relevant tags, because if they're not, then YouTube just says you're not being serious here, and it doesn't see the tags. It just ignores them. Yeah. And the thing is, you can't use, well, all I'm saying is this: you can't use the same tags in every video, because every video has different content, and the tags should be in relation to the content. Because remember, both Facebook and YouTube actually listen to what you're saying. Yeah. So they're looking for keywords in your video being in your SEO. Yeah. And that's when you score. That's when you score big. When you've got the SEO, which is tied in this particular video. Now, the way I do it is I've got a skeleton number of keywords I want in the video. Okay. Such as my name and be live. And then I take tags from the video itself. So if I'm talking about XSplit VCAM, there will be an XSplit VCAM tag in there. It's pointless not talking about XSplit VCAM and trying to use the tag, because that doesn't work, because you've not spoke about it. I found that out through trial and error. as we say, or trying to fool YouTube, and it's not possible.
No, they've spent gajillions on their algorithms, haven't they? So, but for very good reason, because the whole point of this is what people forget. The whole reason Google and YouTube are so popular is because they actually do deliver what you want to look for. So there's a reason they're the biggest search engines out there. They provide you with the quality content when you're putting in what you're searching for. So
that's right. I mean, I did a series of videos on OBS Ninja, which is a free add-on for OBS, which allows you to have up to 7 people on screen, and it's not been seen before. So I did a 4-part series on it, taking you from not knowing anything about OBS Ninja to actually running a live show.
Yeah.
And simply because of the SEO on that, people are actually coming to watch. I don't need to do anything more. I've got a topic people are interested in. I've got the SEO right, and people come to watch those videos. And whatever I try to do to actually push things, Google and YouTube are actually pulling OBS Ninja views, and that's basically what you've got to work for, is to find a topic, find a niche, and once you've found your niche, just I'm going to say mine it, but do sort of keep on topic. So
yeah. And there's so many different ways. That's the thing, isn't it? I was always taught very early on, it's just like that little 1 or 2 degrees away from what your key topic is, and then you've got absolutely loads and loads of things you can talk about around your key topic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I totally agree. We're definitely on the same page. Right, I'm looking hard at the clock. Oh, blooming!
Oh.
Well done us, and thank you, Nick. Wow. Well, hopefully by 4 o'clock today, I'll actually be able to read the comments, but at the moment I can't.
All right. Oh, we've got Peter. Peter, interesting, he says.
Right. Would you like to close the broadcast, Nick? And thank you to everybody who watched, and thank you for not making comments, because
yeah, you were bailed out big time, guys. Obviously, as always, thank you for watching. But also, as Stephen said, if you want us to actually feature one of your videos and have a look at some of your social media, website, YouTube and Twitter, give you our honest feedback, do let us know. We are here every Monday at 3 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Eastern. So until next week, have a great week, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care.
Next week, we'll see Nick's new countdown timer. Bye.
Yeah. I'll write that
down. Okay. List of things to do. Well, I'm going to ask to sign